I know David likes me to opine in the first minute and a half about NVIDIA. There is a company, let's just get this straight, SK Hynix. They do DRAM, they do NAND, they've got high bandwidth, and they were saying that NAND was weaker, and they're saying that that DRAM's weaker, not high bandwidth, but it doesn't matter. People decided the long knives are out again for NVIDIA. It was at 47, David, off of random kind of, we're going to get there, stargazer. That's what I call it. But that's leading the NASDAQ down, not Apple, for once. The main thing that is people are talking about is that China has reverted to a conversation of no give without a get. We'll give you some NVIDIA chips if you buy some of our soy. It's that. And that's why NVIDIA should go up, not down. But because of this SK Hynix, I mean, when SK Hynix came out, NVIDIA immediately went down 3. And that's so knee-jerk because SK Hynix has a lot of different products. We know, and they were called NVIDIA's man in the room, basically, and that's not true because if you go to Sanjay Mehrotra, he would tell you, no, we're the high bandwidth, and their high bandwidth numbers were very good. I come back and say, I like to look at how NVIDIA is doing when I look at NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is doing fabulously. And that's what people should do, and stop making these analogs. Stop doing what they did with Apple so years.
Just buy NVIDIA.
Own NVIDIA.
Own NVIDIA because that's what, at the end of the day, all this money just ends up there.
Well, it does. And remember,
although, I mean, a lot of it, the project that they're talking about does include the build-out right now, 20 data centers. 10 are already underway in Abilene, Texas, 500,000 square feet each. So there's a lot, I mean, beyond just NVIDIA that goes into a data center.
I don't think the president is going to go with that last-minute 18 friends that NVIDIA can do business with.
No, he's going to do 18 countries that don't get tariffed.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's transaction-oriented. I don't really know what the Biden administration was doing in the last few weeks. I've been reading a lot about Woodrow Wilson in his last year.
That's great, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mrs. Wilson lived in a house I tried to buy, and I lost the bidding war.
Well,
but she was running the country, so it was viewed as the second White House.
Yes, might be a good thing you lost the bidding war for that one, because your insurance bill, as we all know, just keeps going through the roof.
He always tries to bring it back to me, and I don't mind.
No, of course not.
But I do think that
you did bring it up.
Well, because Biden put out a bunch of things at the last. I had Rusty Brazil last night.
Are we still talking about Biden? It's Trump now, and he has been awfully busy.
I was offering a bit of an historical, kind of insight.
But is it of any value to me in terms of trying to understand the current moment?
Yes, because if you undo everything that Biden did, you find that the earnings per share go higher. Like the pause on liquefied natural gas, that's done. And now companies are going to make a lot more money.
Okay.
I do think that the last things that they did that were prohibitive to NVIDIA, and they gave all this money to Intel.
Yes.
Which is a punchline. But that money could make it so Intel does okay. But NVIDIA was the one that was principally being targeted by Biden in the end.
And you feel like that is no longer going to be the case?
No, I think that NVIDIA is going to be something that Trump likes.
Right.
But Jensen Huang didn't go to the inauguration. He did have commitments for the holiday in Asia. But anyway, I don't want to get too granular here, David.
That's okay. But it's not immediate. It's not right away that they have to come up with all that money. There's a couple of decent research pieces this morning sort of trying to understand where the money's going to go and how it's going to flow and how much ends up at NVIDIA and how many, I don't know how much credit
Jensen Huang's going to give you when you buy. Jensen Huang, just so you know, with this Blackwell, what people are confused about, there's 45 factories working on it, with a lot of factories, and they build it on site, then they have to disassemble it, and then they have to assemble it again, which is why you put it on trucks. And it's why people keep hearing that it's not going well. And no, it's like a giant. It's like it's not just a little PC chip.
I get it.
Okay,
I get it.
The AI PC.
Blackwell's shipping in volume right now.
Yes, it is. Although there's outfits that always say it isn't, that means what they think that Jensen's a liar. He's demonstrated over and over again, and he's as good as he gets in terms of.
The Dow Jones has risen more than 4% since the start of 2025, as mega-cap tech stocks have climbed after reporting strong earnings. On the other hand, as of January 23rd, the S&P 500 index has increased by 3.70% thus far this year. Tech stocks are already rising as a result of Trump's AI startup effort. The demand for AI will be accelerated by the $500 billion Stargate AI infrastructure project, which is being led by Oracle, OpenAI, and SoftBank. The market is already dominated by tech equities due to the enormous demand for AI. In 2024, the Nasdaq Composite outperformed the Dow and the S&P 500, returning close to 30%. In comparison to 2024, the U.S. economy is predicted to do better this year, which will lead to lower interest rates and PCE inflation of about 2.1%. Economists predict an environment that is conducive to mergers and acquisitions. The most talked about company in this AI boom is Nvidia, which is well known for its semiconductor business and its innovative AI GPUs, gaming, and data centers. The increased demand for Nvidia's AI produced yet another record quarter. Nvidia Corporation reported quarterly revenue of $22.1 billion, which was significantly more than the projected $20 billion and up 265% year over year. Revenue for the entire year 2024 was $60.9 billion, a 126% increase over the previous year. The business anticipates revenue of about $24 billion for the first quarter of 2025, either above or below 2%. The seasonal drop in gaming is the primary driver of Nvidia's anticipated sequential increase in data centers. Nvidia Corporation's GPU sales are predicted by Barclays analyst Tom O'Malley to reach $100 billion in 2024 and $160 billion in 2025. The analyst noted that Nvidia will gain a lot from bespoke silicon, which is expected to grow at a quicker key AGR of 55% over the next 3 years. So, what implications does this have for Nvidia's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on Nvidia stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now let's get back to the video.
In looking at the holdings and your percentage ownership in your science and technology fund, no surprise, Nvidia obviously is your largest holding, at least as the numbers I have, which may be slightly dated. You know, I do notice Apple perhaps underweight, at least in terms of a reflection of its market cap versus some of the others. Why is that?
Yeah, I think that, I think over the long term, I am very bullish on this AI infrastructure build out. You kind of have to build out the infrastructure and then develop the apps on it. I think Apple continues to be a great company. I don't think you can count them out on any means. Their ecosystem is still quite strong. I think that when, my framework, we're always adjusting, positions, but I like both companies long term. I do think that in this we are in the early innings of AI infrastructure build out. NVIDIA continues to be the platform that everybody kind of is building on. And you look at their new products that are just improving the performance, by leaps and bounds. And so, I think that's what's exciting. And I think the Stargate news, a lot of the infrastructure is still going to be built on NVIDIA because they're a full stack company. So, to me, I think that's what's exciting about
The 3 main benchmarks saw gains last year as a result of investors flooding into artificial intelligence AI firms on the belief that this cutting-edge technology would revolutionize every industry. Companies creating and utilizing AI drove double-digit gains for the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones Industrial Average. The theory is that those who develop AI tools and services will profit from selling them to others, and those who use the technology will profit from increased productivity and groundbreaking discoveries. Growth is far from over, which is wonderful news for investors who were early adopters of this tale and others who are now considering purchasing AI stocks. The $200 billion market today is expected to grow to over $1 trillion by the end of the decade, according to analysts, meaning AI companies and their investors stand to win greatly in the years ahead. The even better news is that you don't need to investigate and purchase stock in multiple companies in order to maybe win a significant AI win. One business in particular is in a prime position to rule the industry both now and in the future, which could result in outstanding stock performance. Therefore, this is the stock I would purchase if I could only purchase one to wager on the AI surge in 2025. After the performance of AI stocks last year, you could believe that you should look elsewhere for a player that hasn't yet gained traction. However, that is not required. Given the abundance of factors that could spur additional growth this year and beyond, one of the AI winners from the previous year may have only just begun. This implies that investing in this top stock is still possible and that you may benefit both now and down the road. Nvidia is the stock I would purchase in order to wager on the AI boom, both this year and in the future. Here's why. First, Nvidia has already made a name for itself as the manufacturer of the best AI chips, or graphics processing units, GPUs. These are the fundamental components required for important AI activities such as model training and inferencing. As data centers expanded their infrastructure and businesses creating AI platforms sought out Nvidia's GPUs, the company profited from the first wave of AI growth. Due to this, Nvidia has been able to post double or triple-digit revenue growth each quarter in recent years. The company's exceptional sales profitability is demonstrated by its gross margin of more than 70%. To stay informed about the latest developments from Nvidia and the ever-changing stock market, consider subscribing to our investing tutorial channel. We provide daily updates on significant market shifts and key catalysts, so hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss crucial information. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Nvidia stock, so please share your opinions in the comments below. Now let's dive into today's video.
All right, Lauren, you're looking at some movers. Micron, we heard that once already today. What's going on?
Oh, so I'm being repetitive. Okay.
No. It was DR Barton who said buy Micron.
Well, maybe you want to buy it on its dip. It's down almost 5% at 104. So Nvidia, you can see Broadcom, all the chip makers are considerably lower. Here's the reason.
Okay.
A chip maker out of South Korea, SK Hynix, a customer to Nvidia, a partner, reported record profits for the last quarter, but their outlook was weak, and they specifically cited a slowdown in smartphone sales, and that's put a chill throughout that sector.
Okay.
And a warning from South Korean chipmaker SK Hynix, sending its customer Nvidia, as well as a lot of other U.S. chipmakers, they are lower on the session. As you can see, Nvidia off just a little bit. Micron down 4%, Broadcom off more than 1%. These moves all come after SK Hynix posted a record profit for the fourth quarter, but warned of steeper demand declines in commodity memory.
Nvidia is undoubtedly up against competition in the semiconductor industry, but the company's dedication to innovation and its promise of yearly chip upgrades should make it extremely tough for competitors to outperform it. Nvidia is currently introducing its new Blackwell architecture, a platform that can be customized with different chips and networking choices, and anticipates making several billions of dollars right away. Analysts reports that UBS has raised its earlier prediction of $5 billion in Blackwell sales to $9 billion by the beginning of next year. With rumors of a launch later this year, Nvidia's Rubin AI architecture may be right behind. In the upcoming months, Blackwell's revenue growth and the news about Rubin may act as catalysts for stock performance. The actions taken by Nvidia in recent years to provide a whole range of AI services and products, however, might potentially act as some catalysts. Because of this, and especially because of its software, Nvidia is assisting clients in implementing AI in their enterprises by providing them with tools like AI agents. Additionally, this might be the next wave of AI development, which could boost Nvidia's earnings. Nvidia partners have developed AI agents that work with Nvidia enterprise software, and the company has already released blueprints to assist clients in creating AI agents customized to their requirements. According to Markets and Markets Research, the AI agent market is projected to reach $47 billion by 2030 at a compound annual growth rate of 44%. For Nvidia, this opens up a whole new avenue for growth. Last but not least, it's critical to keep in mind that Nvidia may benefit as these sectors expand their usage of AI due to its development of AI systems tailored for areas like healthcare and automotive. Investing in Nvidia is the best strategy to bet on the AI boom this year and in the future, since the company has positioned itself to benefit from every stage of AI development that we now understand. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
Yesterday, however, we got catalyst galore. The president's data center press conference ignited the stock of Oracle, even as Oracle had already pledged to build many more data centers before this. Still, you have to assume for many people this is the first they've heard of that. We had ARM Holdings on Squawk on the Street yesterday. It's a company that designs the architecture for CPUs in the data center to go with NVIDIA's turbocharged GPUs. But we also had ARM on Mad Money last week, and the CEO, he said pretty much the same thing. So the stock went up big yesterday, and then people realized, wait a second, that's already known, and went right back. But there was one real winner yesterday, and it's one that went down. NVIDIA. If you want to build a first-class data center, which is what Trump's talking about, you have to buy chips from NVIDIA, because when it comes to AI, they're really the only game in town still. Now, Nvidia went up immediately yesterday, but then there was no follow-through today because of an outfit called SK Hynix. It's another semiconductor company based in Korea. It reported a set of unimpressive numbers late last night. I think the weakness in Hynix had nothing whatsoever to do with Nvidia. My conclusion, lots of people got faked into selling Nvidia off this Hynix story. However, the big data center build-out verifies the demand for Nvidia's products, so it's still worth buying, which was the case at the end of the day. It's still.
Reliance, owned by Mukesh Ambani, intends to construct a 3-gigawatt data center in Jamnagar, India, which might become the largest in the world in order to meet the growing need for artificial intelligence. According to Bloomberg on Friday, the building would surpass Microsoft's 600-megawatt data center in Virginia, which is currently the largest. According to the article, the project might cost anywhere from $20 billion to $30 billion. In order to finance the expansion of Reliance's retail and telecom businesses, which currently rule the nation, Ambani raised more than $25 billion in 2020 from a group of investors that included Meta, Google, Silver Lake, General Atlantic, KKR, Mubadala, and PIF. India's most valued firm is Reliance. Ambani wants the facility to be powered mostly by renewable energy from a nearby green energy complex that will generate electricity from solar, wind, and hydrogen. According to the report, Ambani is purchasing chips for the data center from Nvidia. In October, Nvidia and Reliance announced a collaboration to develop AI application infrastructure in India. The Jamnagar project coincides with OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle's Stargate project commitment this week to invest up to $500 billion in AI infrastructure in the U.S.